Hello and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and Star Wars Supremacy, also known as Star Wars Rebellion, playing as the Empire as requested. Alright, so the Empire, we're already discovering, is actually probably a lot harder than the Rebels. You really have no good, strong early gameplay like you would as the Rebellion. So it's really, really hard, I think. Because you have to spend most of your time consolidating planets like, Balmorra, for example, and make sure the Rebels don't come and take it. You have all these garrison planets you have to deal with. You have the headache of the enemy moving all over the place. Oh, by the way, we have our first round of troops that have arrived. That's exciting. Go ahead and grab that one. That's a neutral world with nothing especially good on it. Okay. Yeah, you have to deal with a lot of headaches as the Empire. And the only real advantage I have is I started off with one Star Destroyer, which I have named the Kid Crusher, for reasons I don't really understand, but it sounded funny at the time, and a Victory Destroyer I've called the Hunter. Those are the only two things that I really started off with that I think are good. I think I started off with that as an advantage, and that's about it. So I'm feeling really good about that. Really good about that. Alright. Well, not much to do, I think, aside from wait. Oh, wait, hang on. Piet arrived. Let's go ahead and start diplomacy on Freitas. Now, last time we did discover that just bombarding an enemy planet and getting through does not necessarily sway the neutral worlds, so I was afraid that might happen. The conventional strategy you use with bombardments is you go to a sector that is completely or almost entirely controlled by your opponent. So let's say the Rebels got most of the Farfan sector back under their control, instead of half of them being neutral. And then you go in there and you bombard it until it's like dust. I mean, it doesn't even matter if you hit the civilian structures. Who cares if everyone hates you? They're already loyal to the Rebels. So you bombard it, you destroy every single planet you can, kill their production, and every time you leave, the Empire gets a slight boost, about this much, really. Because, the Rebels failed to defend. But what you really want to do is just annihilate the poor suckers' ability to produce anything. Unfortunately, I'm not really in a position where I can do that because I'm actively trying to win favor with these worlds. Gramble got captured in the last episode, I recall. Loser! This guy sucks. I don't like Gramble. He frequently ends up being Force-sensitive, but... Oh, here's another thing, by the way, you have to worry about as the Empire. And this doesn't usually worry you until the late game, but it does happen. All personnel in the Empire, except for the Emperor and except for Darth Vader. Every other person in the Empire can be a defector. And it will take Darth Vader to discover that they are, in fact, a rebel spy. And they will be conspicuously losing every single mission in the meantime. You can, if this game goes on long enough to last like a few hundred days, for example, every single one of your personnel, except for Darth Vader and Palpatine, can become a spy, and you have to just let them go. That's actually a serious pain, because not only does the Empire not have a good early game, in fact, they have a much worse early game than the Rebellion, but it also means that the longer the game goes on, they start losing some of their only good personnel. And you never get them back. There's a set number in the game, so... It's a pain. It's a serious pain. Alright, construction yard complete on Coruscant. I actually do not need all of the resource buildings on Coruscant. I really want to build a very, very powerful infrastructure on Coruscant, and then build a lot of shields. And I mean a lot, like maybe 5. 3 will probably be okay for now, but like a lot, basically, is what it comes down to. You may recall in the Rebellions here... Wow, 2 really good planets here. Alright, we'll grab both of these, I think. You may recall, as we were playing the Rebellion, that we were prepared for an assault on Coruscant and then realized they had so many shields we couldn't even land our troops. That's the kind of defense that we want to have. Alright, Construction Yard and Sluice Fan and Preselton. Those are both here. Let's get another one on Sluice Fan. Do you have... Oh, wait, maybe not. Stop. First... we will get... Oh, come on. Hey! Hey! Erg! I can't... That was weird. No, it won't let me... What is it doing? I don't understand why it is doing this. Did I have this problem before? I never... Oh, wow. This has happened before, actually. I need to pause for a second and fix this, because this is a known bug within the game. Give me a minute. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. This is a known bug within Star Wars Rebellion if you play in windowed mode, which I currently am. I probably don't have to, but I am. Basically what ends up happening is, let's say I've got my windowed game here in the middle of the screen. Whenever I go to the build menu and I want to do a drop-down menu, the game has like a set of coordinates for where this drop-down menu is supposed to be, and you'd think that that is based relative to the game, but it's not. It is based on the coordinates of your monitor. So I have the game down here, and I try to drop it down, and it tries to bring a pop-up menu right up here. And it freaks the game out, and you can't see it. All you have to do is drag your windowed game to the upper left corner of your monitor, and that solves the problem. It's stupid, I know, but it's an old game. Alright? Sort of what happens. We do not have a lot of troops on Befesh, and there's... Why are we training for Corfi? No, train at Befesh. Durr. Let's go ahead and send a couple of our Imperial fleet regiments over here. I'm worried that the rebels are going to try to incite an uprising here on Befesh pretty early on. That's what I would do. If not outright conquer it, that's what I would do. Because there's not a lot of troops, and I don't have a lot of troop building capabilities. So, yeah. Alright, so in Sluicefan, we will continue to build more construction yards here and here. And move along. Move along, little doggy, row hide. No effect on Avaram. Of course not. Zhurgerod. He had one job. Make people love me. Why don't they love me, Zhurgerod? And Pater. You're supposed to be the guy I was really excited about, but I don't feel excited anymore. I don't feel excited at all. Alright, we got nobody. Talking on top of yourself there, Emperor Palpatine. You have not adequately supported me on this mission. Blur to blur to blur. Dude, we all got problems right now. Okay. Oh, look at that. Inside Uprising. I knew they were going to try. I mean, they already tried earlier, but you knew it was going to happen. Alright. Smuggling losses end on Befesh. Oh, good. Pater, thank you. They like me enough that they're not so disloyal that they're sending a bazillion of my resources off to the rebels. It's good. It's very good. Okay, well, what do we want to do at this point with these guys? I'm thinking we go on an espionage mission. Are these guys the best at espionage? No, probably not. Should I have more decoys? Sure. If only I had the troop training resources to do that, I would. But I don't. So you make do with what you've got. Avaram is starting to get a little bit closer. Coruscant is getting there. We actually should destroy a refinery, because I'm building up a little bit of raw materials. Of course, there's this kind of nice exponential effect. The more construction yards I have, the faster they build. So, you know, pretty soon, Freitas, Sluicefan, and Coruscant will become super infrastructure powerhouses. I mean, we're almost up to 4 construction yards already. And it's day 68. We've got 3 on all of them. So that's a decent position to be in. Squadrons at full strength. I wasn't even aware they were damaged. Alright. Planet's nothing. Pazob. Single mine. Not really worth my time, are you? Oh, Grammel, you stupid head. I feel no pity for you. Why should I? I don't. I don't feel any pity. Alright. If I can at least get Duros and the construction yard here under control, I'll be okay with sending Darth Vader to recruit. Befesh is doing better. Still nothing with Avaram. Fleets are arriving. Found another neutral world. See, this is all good to know, because I'll know to check here first when I'm searching for the rebellion. Because rather than colonize worlds... Ooh, we got information about Salonia, too. Rather than colonize worlds, the rebellion does, and the Empire both, actually, just the AI in general, likes to sway over diplomatically neutral worlds. Why? Don't know, but they do. Alright, we have a single troop here in Salonia. Nothing interesting there. Fortress. Bet you wish you had that construction yard still, don't you? You have no defenses on Fortress. That's good to know. Actually, it would mean that espionage should be infinitely easy in that area. So we'll continue doing that. You did manage to successfully recruit somebody. Oh, this guy's a really good spy. Well, 81. Okay, he's not that great, but we all saw him in the episode 4 in New Hope, ratting out Han Solo to the troops in Mos Eisley. I sound like such a nerd, don't I? My god. I do sound like a nerd. You know what? I'm a nerd. I'm okay with that. This is my identity, and I own it. Darth Vader. No effect. No effect. Stormtroopers deployed to Befesh. Well, here's the downside about letting him manage the garrisons. He's trying to send troops all over the galaxy. He's also trying to build a lot of stormtroopers, which, while they are very good troops, I don't know. They're not. Well, they're expensive, I should say. They take longer to build and they're more expensive, but whatever. I'll let him do his thing. We've arrived at Balmora. Oops. We also have our fleet. Ooh, that's a pretty good one there, too. The Model sector is actually pretty much a gold mine. Fortunately, it's really close by, so I can actually make use of that. That makes me happy. Alright. What else should we do? Sabotage the resources? I don't really care that much. But we will send... you know what? I'm going to send them each individually on an espionage mission. And hopefully they'll pick up a lot of extra information. There should be like nothing to detect them, which is why I'm okay with sending them all on their own. I think there's still a chance of getting detected, but it should be very low because they have no troops to provide detection rating. So we'll see if that actually works. Just watch. Just watch. It's not going to work. It's going to be a horrible, horrible thing. Let's go ahead and scrap another refinery. Wait, why did I do that? I should have scrapped a mine. Damn it. That's fine. It's only going to take me 12 days to build this construction yard. So once I get to 5, I'll start building, let's say, some troop training facilities on Svivrin. So I can get a good set of garrison prepared and start training up troops at Balmora before the rebels decide to get all fancy with me. And then I'll start looking to defenses on other places. Fleet arrives. Blur, blur, blur. Okay, we got 4 here. I'm going to go ahead and build some troop training facilities. Take 20 days. You know what? We'll build a couple more on Befesh as well. There. Befesh is going to become a troop training powerhouse in the next 30 days or so, which will be good because it needs it, and I'll be able to start building up some pretty good fleets and whatever else. So good. All right, Patur, you can actually abort this mission. I don't want to leave no garrison here. Why is Veer's not working? I don't want to remove the garrison from Befesh because then it could actually flip to neutral. Believe it or not, if you actually have a world that sort of doesn't sway either way and you remove all their troops, they can actually just switch to neutral. It happens. All right, we're going to send Patur over to Kothless. They're a little bit leaning toward us, so it shouldn't take too much effort to sway them over, and I would like to have a head start at building some troop... Oh, actually, I was going to say some shipyards. Solist actually is promising, because it does have a shipyard, but it also has a shield. But shields are easy to build, so I guess it's okay. Stormtrooper regiment deployed, that's good. We don't care. Jerjerrod, you have done nothing for me. Jeez, you're one of the best diplomats we got. We got Screed. Freitas joined the Empire. Duros joined the Empire. Biss, Charmat. Oh, wow, a lot of people joined the Empire. Okay, hang on, this is good. Okay. Duros, start building more construction yards. Like I said, you always want to have at least one world heavy in construction yards in each sector. Wow, this is good. We got some pretty good stuff here. Okay. What do we want to build with our shipyard? I mean, it's going to take a long time to build some of this stuff. A Karak light cruiser would be okay. It's not a good ship, but it's able to at least handle a couple of X-Wing squadrons, but not a huge deal. TIE fighters, unfortunately, are worthless in the early game. I mean, not worthless. It's good to have them, but they're not very strong. The Rebellion starts with a huge advantage of very, very good fighters. We, however, start with the advantage of really good capital ships. The downside is, it doesn't matter how good your capital ships are if it takes you 448 days to build them. So that's a problem. Escort carrier, dreadnought, more galleons, so I could start doing colonization / invasion. Karak light cruiser. Death Star would take me 2,336 days, the current pace. That's an entire game right there and a half. You know, I'm going to go ahead and start building a Karak light cruiser, and it'll be done in 100 days. Not a big deal. We got a shield to start off here at Freitas, which is really convenient for me. Biss, nothing there. Charmath, nothing there. So, but at least Charmath has a shield to start us off. So that's good. I'm going to go ahead and abort the mission in Freitas. Who else can we get? Rishi? Rishi would be good. They have a troop training facility. Do it! Go, Piet! Piet's actually pretty good. I like Piet. Piet's not bad. Piet's good at his job. Deserves a raise, that boy. It's pretty good. Alright. Vajun is next. Endor apparently has a population. It's totally random. Endor could just be, you know, a barren wasteland of a planet. But apparently this time, they decided to be diplomatic. And you know what? That makes me a little bit happy. Because it means that I can send diplomats to Endor and try to sway the little Ewoks to join the Empire. Can you imagine the evil little teddy bear Ewoks? Huh? Something about that just makes me have all the warm fuzzies. I just grin. I can't help but feel really excited by that. Alright, well those fleets just arrived. Vajun is worthless. Okay. Yep. Espionage was successful. We also got information about Talus. So let's see. Talus, there you are. Nothing interesting to report, but it's good to know that you have no troops defending you. Okay. Coruscant has finished here, so Svivrin, I would like you to become the new training facility. It'll only take 8 days to build them. Let's build 4 to start us off. And we'll start training a lot of troops so that Balmora will have a secure garrison. And the reason I'm keeping my fleet over here is basically to provide detection as well. Just in case they try to send some agents over here. Covert operations and all that. You remember how effective that was. I am not wrong to be paranoid. Informant. We got information about Tanab. Where's Tanab? No, it's not here. It's over here. Talon Card is someone you started off with. He's a pretty decent... He's a really good diplomat, actually. And they're building a shipyard. It's good to know. Not sure what it'll do for me exactly, but it is still good to know. So, okay. What is the Gorgon going to do for us? Not much, really. So I'm going to go ahead and send this ship back to the sluice sector. Join up with the Hunter. And maybe I'll end up using it to conquer a world at some point, I don't know. The most important thing for the Empire, honestly, is just to consolidate on the planets that are at risk of leaving. Duros is nice and secure, so I'm actually going to take Darth Vader off of Duros. Oh, it's very secure. Who should we get? Corellia or Drawl? They are both good. Battery. Drawl's probably a teensy-weensy bit better, but I'm going to grab Corellia, and the hope is, because Corellia is slightly leaning toward us, if I can get Corellia under my side, maybe we'll get a slight trickle effect that'll make Drawl easier as well. Get the same domino effect we did here. Maybe. It's really hard to say, but we'll see what happens. Alright, diplomacy. Kothless joined the Empire. Avaram is happy. We got information about Uvenna. That's good. Kothless is ours. Excellent. Pater, I take back all the horrible things I said about you. You're alright, buddy. You are A-okay. I'll take you off of Kothless and send you to Sullust. I know I'm not getting these guys to loyal per se, but it's more important to rush and grab as many as possible. Remember in Civ 5 how you run around to grab all the ruins before your opponent does? It's the same basic concept. Same basic concept. Also, something else just happened. I don't remember what it was, but it was important. What was it? What happened? I needed to do something. Wait! You are sending the race. It'll arrive tomorrow. I'm going to send my fleet to intercept. Okay, so you are building up a lot of ships here. And you have troops. Okay, so this is good to know. Oh, you also have a lot of fighters. Oh, shoot. Okay. I need to stop. I need to stop construction of these training facilities right now. And I need to start building more shields. Actually, before I forget, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of the other mine on Coruscant. Why you have mines on the city planet, I don't know, but you do. I'm going to build 2 Gen Cores. I'll get a slight discount for building 2 at once. It'll save me about 4 days. Or 6 days, whatever. No, 4. 4's right. And I'll try to get my shields up as quickly as possible because there's definitely a fear that the rebellion is going to try to make a run for Coruscant. It does happen. It is really rare, but it can happen. And they're probably sending this guy to test the waters and see what I've got right now. Well, why he's doing that, I don't know. Because I have 10 TIE Fighter squadrons sitting on Coruscant right now. They're going to run away. It's to be expected. Espionage. Fortress. We also got information about comm. Comm's down here, right? Nope. It's over here. Found Han Solo. And General Neba. Also, your shipyard building facilities. Good to know. Okay, well, that is one advantage of playing as a rebellion. You start off with extra heroes capable of recruitment. Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Leia, and Mon Mothma all can recruit. So the Empire only has Darth Vader and the Emperor. So we have a slight disadvantage there. Alright, well, you know what? I think that's enough for this episode. So thank you guys for watching. This has been Pravus with Star Wars Supremacy as the Empire. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.